Alright, so now we're going to attach or sew the blouse shoulder seams and start attaching the yoke facing. So here's my front, okay, and here's my back, and when these go together, it's going to look like this, alright? When the blouse is done, it will look something like that. There's my shoulder seam. The yoke facing that's attached and folded back, we want to open up because we do not want to get that caught in the shoulder seam. Okay, see how this is open and the blouse front facing is not folded back? Now pin together your blouse, the back and front shoulder seams, and again, we make sure that blouse front facing is open. It's not caught in there. You can see that it's open and not caught in the shoulder seam. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, alright? So again, do not get the blouse front facing caught in the shoulder seam when you sew the front and back shoulder seams, okay? Once they're pinned together, go ahead and stitch it at a 1/2 inch, back tack at the beginning and end. Alright, so once you've stitched the shoulder seams, we're going to press them. And what we're going to do is we're going to press them down towards the yoke. So don't press them open, press them down towards the yoke. Okay, because again, when we fully attach the yoke facing, it's going to help finish off those seams and they'll be hidden between the back yoke of the blouse and the yoke facing. Alright, so those have been pressed down now. Alright, so now let's get ready to attach the yoke facing. Alright, so I'm going to fold this up as if it were sewn together. And you should do the same because this can be a little confusing. And this will help you kind of get your bearings and know where everything goes. Alright, so I folded my yoke, or the blouse facing back and side. Remember, so see how it comes up to the shoulder? Alright, if I lay it out like this, you can see how it comes up to the shoulder. Alright, so let me do this again. So here it is closed. If we open this up, because our side seams aren't open yet, okay, are starting to shut yet, I can open it up easier. That is my blouse facing, front facing shoulder, okay, it's not attached yet. If I open this up, this is where my yoke facing is going to go, alright? So we'll basically lay in here like this. Alright, that bottom edge we're going to eventually press up, and these shoulder seams are going to press down. And all the seam allowance will be enclosed in there. Alright, so if the blouse was done, this is how it would be pretty much. Alright, so the yoke is facings in there. You can see the clean finishes. So let's open this up, okay? And right now facing up is the right side of the yoke facing, along with the right side of the front blouse facings. We need to attach the shoulder seam of the blouse facing to the yoke facing. Right? So we're going to attach it to the yoke facing to the blouse facing. So I'm going to flip right sides together. Okay, so this is the wrong side of my yoke. And now I'm placing right by the necklines where I want to attach the yoke facing with the blouse front facing shoulder seam. Alright? I'm bringing it right up to the edge of the neckline. So we're basically recreating the same neckline that we did when we sewed the front shoulders of the blouse to the back shoulders of the blouse, okay? So again, we're sewing right sides together of the yoke facing to the blouse front facings, and we're sewing them together at the shoulder, right? There it is pinned together, and that's what it looks like when I fold it back. Right. So we're going to sew these at 1/2 inch. So go ahead, sew them at 1/2 inch, back tack beginning and end. All right, now once they're sewn, we're going to press them, and we'll press them towards the yoke facing. Okay, so here it is all sewn. If you lay everything out, you should get a circle. See how everything's, I've basically unfolded everything and I have a circle in the middle. Now these fold back. That's my blouse front facing, and then that should fold over the yoke. Okay, and I can fold it inside. All right, if yours looks like this, then you did it correctly. If it doesn't, then it's incorrect. Okay, so let's press these seams. That's my yoke. Again, now I'm flipping it to the back. And what I'm going to do, remember we stay stitched the bottom of our yoke facing. I'm going to press up that bottom, and I'll use the stay stitching as a guide. All right, so just press it up right on your stay stitching, like so. Now, for the shoulders, we're going to press those down into the yoke. All right, so let's press that seam allowance right down into the yoke. There we go. All right, so now it's all pressed. And there it is. And now let's prepare it for the collar. Fold this all inside for now.